morning and welcome to the next series on this webinar. For this webinar is talk about how to stay competitive in workplace and how to avoid being laid off. Because as you know that the society now is undergo a very difficult time. Because of that, what happened? So a lot of SME yesterday in the news, they have announced that the lockdown will at least there will be 2 million of people lost their job. And not only that, especially for SME, you would see, okay, if you're not going to help your bosses, by the end of it, they have no choice, they have to close down their business. For example, a good employee should not sit there to wait for the open of MCO. Then after that, ask your boss, what should I do next? This you will be saying bye-bye to you. Very simple. By right, at home, now you have to start to think on behalf of the company. What do you want to help your company? What are the things that you can contribute at this critical time? Because during this critical time, nobody would know how it is. And according to research, right? So FAO, Food Agriculture Organization, mentioned that, okay, our food supply also will have issue in a short period of time. I'm not talking about Malaysia, I'm talking about globally. So because of this, all this is a chain ripple effect, you might not know whether the attack will go to your organization. So you always have to be ready with it. So without further giving more information on that, so why not we listen to Miss Winnie? Let me give you a bit of a introduction towards Miss Winnie first. Miss Winnie is a very energetic and also compassionate trainer. Okay, because when I when I first met her, I thought, okay, lady, okay. So I test up her skill of conversation skill and others. She specialized in organization group development activities to enhance social relationship, improve the efficiency and the effectiveness of the organization performance within the workplace. Winnie has more than 20 years of working experience development from all aspects of work of her life, not only in the area of logistics, computer setup, finance, human resource, procurement, sales, marketing, whatever you can mention. So she has involved before. She runs events from 11 people until 15,000 people. The biggest event she has held was International Tourist Attraction 2017. Unfortunately, after unlock, tourism industry is one of the industrial will be affected greatly. Maybe she will think of how to run the online session with 15,000 very soon. Stay tuned with it. So with it, I will pass to Miss Winnie to continue her presentation on how to stay competitive in workplace to avoid being laid off. This is one of the, I would say that the most interesting series that among the series for this coming, but it's for the first series. This before I end up, so just for your information, by tomorrow, so we will have the second series of the webinar very soon. So the second series of webinar also will start from the 30th of April until the last day of the lockdown, until the 12th of May. So we will scan the schedule and also we will put in our Telegram. So again, please join our Telegram. And for those berpuasa, selamat berpuasa. And also, please don't forget to view one of the video that I have shared in our Telegram. It's really touched my heart and it's very, very meaningful. So I would advise, especially Muslim, so please use this time to watch that interesting YouTube, not YouTube, it's a Facebook short talk by one of the old person that share his feelings towards that. So with this, So thank you very much, Miss Winnie, and enjoy the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dato. Thank you so much for your intro. Well, you really tee me up. Okay. Good morning, everyone here. How are you guys? Having a good time? Okay. First of all, thank you so much, Humanology. Thank you, CBA for having me here to share with you today an important topic of how to stay competitive in the workforce to avoid being laid off. And first of all, and thank you so much, everyone here. Now it's over 200 people attending the webinar session. I'm so happy. And thank you so much, you guys. You have already taken the first steps to improve yourself by attending these webinar sessions. You could be doing other things. You could be just laying off, watching TV, but you choose to be here. Give yourself a round of applause. Good job. Okay. So these sessions we will be having. I was sharing you some of the tips. By the end of the sessions, we will have a Q&A. So let me give you some of why I want to share these sessions. I have a very sad story to tell you. Just now, Dato has said I'm also come from a tourism industry. So tourism industry is the first industry that affected. You know what happened? We'll be celebrating Chinese New Year in end of January. Guess what? On the first day resuming Chinese, after Chinese New Year holiday, I received a notice. And guess what notice? Retrenchment. So how was I feel that during Chinese New Year? Very sad. I took 1 week to console myself to what should I do? What's the next step? Luckily, one thing. Last year, somehow my company asked me to become a trainer, and I don't know how I'm involved in the HRDF. You see, you always need to have a backup skill. That is what I'm going to share with you today. So I'm okay. So now let's share you a little bit of myself. My name is Winnie. I'm Bachelor Commerce in Business Management in University of Wagga Wagga in Australia. I'm a certified and a licensed tour guide. I'm also a certified trainer HRDF, and I'm a Chinese metaphysics practitioner. So today agenda, I'm going to talk about are you the one to be out? This is the first question. And if you are, what are you going to do? Do you have the skills that are listed here or more? And if you don't have, what action you need to do? And the last actions, we will have a Q&A sessions. So my first questions here, you the one. Okay, here are some questions, 3 major questions you ask yourself. Are you doing something for your company during MCO? Are you working from home? First. Second, have you been communicating with your boss during the MCO? Or if you're talking about just the general meeting, that is not counted. Okay, you have to have some close communications, either being phone calls, WhatsApp, or written. Do you have any? Okay. Third questions. Are you constantly improving yourself during MCO? If you have, that's a good point. But what if you don't have? Okay, let's ask yourself these 3 questions. If you yes, then please click yes in your checkbox. Right? Let's see. Wow. Wow, I see a lot. Yes. You have been contacting. Wow, great. Good job. All right. So if and yes, what do you do? Okay, now, so if you have been yes, congratulations. You are somehow in the safe, a little bit safe zone. But see, next step, you're going to check yourself which session you are in. What if you are no? Doesn't matter. Ask yourself, who are you? Are you in the safe zone? Are you in this 6 category that I'm going to share with you? First, yeah, we're going to see that problem solver. Are you a problem solver? If yes, please give me the yes in the chat box, please. Problem solver is the ability to help company to solve a current problems, especially in this time. Making money is extremely important. How about be a problem solver to solve rather than giving it to the company? Which company doesn't have problems now, especially in the new normal? Companies have tons of problems. What do normally employees see problems? Normally they do, I pretend I don't see it. It's not my problem. It's not written in the role that I need to solve these problems. That kind of character, if you have, you got to change. If you are a problem solver, a lot of problem will come to you, in particular this time of year. So, but you know what? You're going to be indispensable. Figure out how to get it done, right? So first, if you are the problem solver, would you be able to innovate? What does innovate means? Innovate means ability to make changes, something established, especially by introducing about new market, new product, new ideas. When you talk about new products, it's something that it is not implemented in your organization, but you want to introduce. Or how about making use of the existing market product or you introduce into a different markets. Something like last time your company does not sell to this group of people, but now you making a target into the new markets. One very good example is like Ford and GE. Both of the company are now teamed up to produce ventilator as a major manufacturer shift in medical equipment. Everyone knows that now all countries running short of ventilator, and these two companies are producing this important during the COVID-19. Guess what? The new horizons came out. And second, I want to give you another very good example is what's happening in Malaysia. I guess everyone loves bubble tea. What? Sean from Tea Life, he actually create something new. I think someone last week I saw it, DIY bubble tea. Now every one of us can become can make our own bubble tea. Isn't that great? And secondly, he also ventured to launch into the bubble tea ice cream. Every convenience store get to eat this. Won't you think he actually opened up a new market for tea life? Second, you have not innovate. How about transform? Transform is the ability to change from the traditional to the unconventional. Basically, a word comes here called change. And change where? Change it to digital stream. You're able to change the way you do business. After lockdown, things are going to be different. We are not going to meet face-to-face people. Even now, like during the lockdown, for the 1.5 months, I'm not been going out buying anything. I'm buying from online. Thank God, I have the Tesco online. I just what I do is I just need to key in, order the ingredients what I want, and place the order, and it just delivered in next 2 days. And you can even select the time for delivery. Would you think it's easy? And all this is future business is going to be in digital streams. And one of the example I would like to quote you, a brand in China, another cosmetic brand in China, they suffered a huge loss in January, and they closed down almost 1,006 of their retail shops. You know what they do? They convert entirely of their beauticians into digital streams. They train their beautician all into going to a live broadcasting, live streaming, make use of the WeChat. And guess what happened? In February, they actually rebound their sales into 200%. Which you think is great? And thirdly, we come about restructure. Restructure is the change to the job responsibility within the organization to operate effectively. We call it a slim down. So last time it used to have more hierarchy kind of organizations, but now they changed to a flat organizations. One of the good example is the fitness center. Everyone knows that during the after the COVID-19, everyone is too afraid to go to the fitness center because we have to practice the social distance. We're not allowed to go in the huge group under the class. Guess what happened? Most of the fitness center have to close down, and this is these serious issues happening in Malaysia. Not even Malaysia, it's worldwide, in Hong Kong, everywhere. Guess what? Now the fitness center have transformed. They actually reduce their business. They no longer need the rental. They no longer need so much manpower. They convert in everything into online. Now you can also do fitness online. I've been receiving a lot of sharing on doing fitness, and I also one of the members to sign up that I have a private coaching every day, day to day, just to make myself keep fit during the MCO. And lastly, here's that create values. Create values, serve your customer effectively, efficiently, better than your competitor. Wouldn't you think that that is a great idea? You solve your customer problem so that so much of your customer have no choice but to buy with you. Means that you overbeat your competitor. Would you think this is a great idea? You're having the advantage over your competitors. This one, I would like to give a praise to our Malaysian company, Lazada. During the MCO, Lazada have offered a package called the package Kedai Pintar. It's a cash fund stating with 10 million, aims to help SME and sell online, stabilize jobs, support the country economy during the COVID-19 pandemic. Lazada is helping the SME to curate, to list the product up for 4 months, participate in promotion campaign, fulfill orders, and analyze sales traffic data without any capital cost. Without capital cost means there's no charges. Won't you think Lazada actually having competitive edge over another company, Shopee? I'm not want to compare, but this is a very significant that this company is adding values. At this time, we are not talking about how much you're going to make from people, but if you're able to help one, everyone will remember you forever. Next. So if you're not in the problem solver, how about you are in a revenue stream? When you talk about revenue stream, think about this moment. It's about cash. At this moment, everything we talk about cash. We need money. We need cash to survive. You're having cash. Cash is the king to you. Be part of a revenue stream because it's so important. Every organization at this moment is running out of cash, especially after these 2 months of lockdown. So if you are able to be part of the revenue stream, guess what? Your job definitely will be secure. And you're talking about revenue stream. First thing, you must know how to sell. In traditionally, only the salespeople were selling. Marketing team will do the promotion. They do not communicate much, and they are so afraid that how the salespeople will sell products, because they will think that you will just jeopardize their branding. But now in these situations, everyone has to sell. It's not only constrained to the marketing entirely. You have to think how to sell. If you don't know how to sell, start thinking and get yourself trained how to sell. I have one good example. Yesterday, I attended one of the online coaching companies by the name of Ninja. The boss shared with us, traditionally, only he is the person to be the iconic person to do sharing. But during this time, what happened? He create a proposal, he create an entire PPT, and he instruct and the whole organizations one by one day they need to call at least 20 people to share about the PPT. You see, what a great job. In 9 days, this company able to turn the cash and pay their April salary. They did a very good job. I was impressed with what the bosses shares here. So if you cannot sell, how about connection? During this MCO, do you talk to your customer? Do you connect with your supplier? Have you been talking with them? Sending a hi message, how are you, talking in WhatsApp is very important. They might not buying things from you at this moment during the lockdown, but what they can feel you. They can feel you are with them. That is very important. At this moment, everyone wants to build trust. If you're able to connect and you build trust at this time when they are having problems, they will always remember you when after the MCO. And if we are not in connections, how about in negotiations? Let's say you are in the finance department, and what happened before the MCOs, you have a list of a payment to make. But during these 2 months, you have difficulties in collecting cash. And after the MCO, you're supposed to pay your suppliers. Think of it. Would you able to negotiate a better negotiation power? What if you're able to negotiate with suppliers that whatever I owe you, let's make it into a 6 months repayment. But whatever I buy from you, because I still need your support, whatever I buy from you, we'll pay in cash. Can you negotiate? That you will help your company to reserve more cash funds. That it will certainly helps your company for the revenue streams. And lastly, how about profitability? Profitability means sales minus your cost that you generate profit. In this sense, you have to think of what you can sell in your company. What are the things? What are the stock? What are the unusable things? Sell it. Make your stock turn into cash. That will be a great choice. Here come. And you ask yourself, are you an expert? An expert is a person who has a comprehensive authoritative known skills in particular areas. Become an expert, the only experts in the few aspects of the company, such as owning an intellectual property or knowing a technical know-how. How about the only genius in the company who knows about Facebook advertising, Facebook marketing? Facebook marketing is a very complicated and rules keep changing. How to use tag, bid for specific keywords, traffic flow. It's very complicated. And what if you know this skill? Guess what? And if you know these skills, you are able to automate it you are actually a money printing machine. Not only the company wants to keep you, you can even demand a higher salary. So are you one the expert? If you're not the expert, find ways to become an expert. Find ways to become an expert. Your job become only the expert, but then you might say, I don't know what I can do. It's okay. Today, you find what you can do. For example, last week, Mr. Eric Tan shared about the AI. He's the expert in AI. Will you think his company will let him go? No. If I was the boss, I'm not going to let him go. Next. So, talking about the key players. Okay. Often, when boss asks about what to do about a project, most of the time people would think better, hey, don't call me. In the time of crisis situations, you better volunteer yourself, you have to stand out, you have to be involved in the key projects. Key players, which often says that in a particular organization's event and situation, most important people involved in the most important project. And these projects, at this time, somehow you have to be involved the project in generating cash. You have to be generating cash. It's no projects. Once you be involved in generating cash, you are kind of secure in these things, right? But a lot of people will say that I'm not in the limelight. I don't want to be stand out. This time, if you don't want to be stand out, likely you'll be going out. This is not the time to think that many people complain that they don't have chance, they don't have opportunity to do anything. Guess what? This is the opportunity. This is the right time. Stand up and tell yourself, I can be in the key project. But you must think, what are the key projects able to do it now? Think about generating cash flows, such as raising capital, IPO, crowdfunding, or how about refinance the organizations? Do you think it is a good chance to think about it? And also SME loan. Government is giving out a loan without interest. Please leverage on this time, this moment. You will get advantage. If you're able to put yourself into the key project, become a key players, definitely you will be not the one that going out. Every company has key projects that makes money. So position yourself. Position yourself to be involved in the project and generate money. Be seen, be in control, stand out. So what you need to do, start volunteer yourself. Don't think, don't waste your time. Next, likability. Wow, I particularly like this particularity very much. It's talking about do you have a brand equity? Who knows you? How credibility you are? Normally, when we talk about brand equity, it's like, oh, I'm not into branding stuff. No, you should not be doing this. When talk about brand equity is what you do every day that attract people that like you a lot. If you have this credibility, if people knows you, you are popular and you have followers. Next things, I would encourage you to be in the mass market appeals. Become a key KOL, we call it a key opinion leader. You know, in the young generation, the millennials, You can see a lot of and this particular one that I want to share with you. His name. Okay. I can't see it. Okay. His name is Matlufit90. His YouTube has 491,000 people viewing. Subscriber 2.3 viewer. Do you know, by every 1 million view, YouTube actually pay you 1,000 US dollar. And this figure was happening in somewhere last year. Yes, he has earned more than what he gets now. And he has Facebook follower more than 530,000 following him. Won't you think? And if you have the market appeal like this, come on, get on, learn something like online sales, learn how to talk in front of a computer like me, become YouTuber, learn all this. Next thing, you could help your company to turn it into digital stream, to become the YouTuber of your company. If you are the key opinion leader of your company, of selling your company's products, your company will not let you go. I beg you. They will love you so much. At the same time, you can even gain the side gig of money, KOL, because not only your product, you can also help to promote other. Everyone wants you, and you make a lot of money. All right. So next. Okay. Hey, sorry, I can't. Somehow there's a technical problem. I can't make the. Wait. Sorry. Somehow I can't change the slide. Vincent, what problems? I can't change the slide. No worry. The next slide I'm going to share.
Winnie,
Yes.
Winnie, probably what you can do is you stop your screen sharing and share again.
Okay. Sorry everyone. There's a hiccups here. Okay, let's go back to our sharings. Our sharing. Okay, still cannot. Okay, can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, can you see the slide?
No, not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Okay, what shall I do now?
Okay.
So no worries. And if you have any questions, please write in the chat box, and I shall attend to it. Okay, somehow I don't know what happened to why suddenly I can't share.
While waiting for the technical issue, let me share with you the one of the reports that I've encountered recently. So, Winnie, when you're ready, please inform me. Yeah. So these reports to talk about preparation for tomorrow workforce today. This report talk about what are the key findings of the research was done among 1,246 businesses, and a total of with the HR and also business owner over 79 countries. From this research, so there are a few key findings while waiting for Winnie. Winnie, please interfere me once you are ready.
Dato, she's okay. Dato, she's able
Okay,
to
sorry. Okay,
project already.
I'm so sorry.
Just yeah, thanks, Dato. Okay. Sorry, everyone here. Sorry so much about some technical error here. Let's go back to the sharing. Yeah. So just now I was talking about likability. So if you do not have the likability, and no worries. The last choice, you can be resourceful. Resourceful. Resourceful is that having the ability to find a quick and clever ways to overcome difficulties. It's more on a supporting role, but definitely in every organization's supporting role is very important. So I'm going to share with you a few tips like, for example, network. Everyone knows the words there. Network is your net worth, right? Meaning, who do you know, or who knows you? Would you think that when your boss asks you to solve a particular problem, let's say for example that now your company wants to go on into the entire of AI, but what happened? You don't know how to do, but you know someone that know how to do. You connect the persons and bring the persons in. Somehow, the more network you are, the better. The company, anything runs on the problems and wants to get what resource, they will think of you. You will be their walking encyclopedias. From there, when you start to connect with people, you're able to develop somehow the skill sets. And these skill sets to equip you to better deal with people. Won't you think being resourceful is very important? And during, not only in your network, and during this time, volunteer yourself. Be multitasking, telling your boss that, boss, now with all the department have cut it, the positions, I will do. You become, do you know that the movie called Yip Man? Yip Man means one person fight 10 people. So this time you will be the Yip Man. You will be the person that last time 10 people doing 10 positions. Now one position you can do 10 jobs. Would you think your boss will love you? That's what. If you cannot do the multitasking, think of now. You can do it. Be volunteer, take initiative, be reliable, and be skillful too. Next. I don't know, somehow there's a problem coming back of not able to share the screen again. But don't worry. The next thing we'll be sharing here is about after MCO, the most important that what are you going to do? What are you going to do? If you do not have the 6 skills that I'm sharing with you, importantly, what is the next step? MCO, the title no longer important. You will be likely to call to execute a lot of role which have never covered in your title. But don't worry,
Winnie,
first.
hi,
Yes?
Winnie. Yes. Maybe what you can do is you do not want to put it into presentation mode. Maybe you just show your slide just now, like you don't need to go into presentation mode. Maybe that would be better. It could be connected.
Okay.
You can just press escape and go out of this presentation mode and just show the slide as is in the window.
All right, Ken?
Yeah, maybe that will work better.
Okay. So You see, in life, there are a lot of things happening in between. This is what I learned when I was in event. The indirectly means that how to pick up the skills to solve the problems immediately. In Cantonese, we always call this as sapsang. I really love when I'm in event, I'm in tourism. I learn of how to solve problems. That's why I'm happy to become a problem solver. Okay, so what if you know that you are not the 6 category people that I list just now? Don't worry. What you need to do is you have to take action. Okay, what are the actions that you need to? I simplify it into a 4 category. First, you need to change. C change. Change. You need to accept the change. I know it's difficult. It took me a while to adapt, to accept that I'm being retrenched, to face reality, and to embrace the change. When talking about the change, I would like to move to these slides to further talk about not only the change, your mindset need to shift. Important, it does relate to your mindset shift. And you have to start thinking that the culture, the way the Malaysian culture, we have to shift from being globalized. We no longer limit to yourself in only Malaysia. When it comes to the digital stream, everything will be globalized. You not only not selling Malaysia, you think a bigger space. You have a bigger platform now. Go to digital stream. You have to think. Self, you no longer think of you are working for people. How about being an entrepreneur, working for yourself? That is important. This kind of mindsets. And in the organizations, it no longer been hierarchy. It will be turned into a flat organization. They will not have so many departments. We have to prepare to have such change and mindset shift. And leadership, always think, we are the employees. We used to think only we are employees, but in this current situation, we no longer have think in this way. We have to think the boss. We have to think how the boss think. The boss want people to be hardworking, cost saving for company. We have to stand in the position as a boss. We no longer in the employee positions. We don't think of having me time, having holidays. Bosses don't think that. We have to start to think the way boss think. For this particular change, I would advise you might need to read some book. Start reading, start seeing some YouTube of how the boss behave. That will help you to make the changes. And let's go back to the previous slides. That is the change part of that. You need to work hard. I know it's going to be very difficult. It's not easy. It takes me a while to make the changes, but you have to come into the reality. Definitely the denial stage is there, but you have to put yourself into the situation. You have to think, because this is the best time during the MCO. It's your best time to do reflections. It's the best time to tell yourself what is the next good step that you should go into. Okay, and you got to be fast because we just have another 1 more month. Okay? You are not going to have a daily time, take 2-3 weeks to think about what you want to do. No, you're going to think fast, make yourself to think what you're going to do. And second, we consider as a P. P means positive. Positive thinking. You have to have the positive mind. What I encourage you have to motivate yourself just now by saying that you can read some books, such as how about the daily code that will really help you. Meditation, praying. I do this every day. You just spend give yourself about 5 minutes. That helps you to create a positive thinking mind. And also workout helps you tremendously. I really particular like this. I cultivate a new habit during this MCO, and it helps me to keep my positive thinking. It helps me to keep my energetic, especially in the morning. Like today, before I start this, I actually have 1 hour workout to just keep myself having the momentum. You know, you got to keep the momentum to keep yourself high. You got to do that. Otherwise, if you think that this MCO is going to be a holiday for you, no way. When you get back to work, you're going to be a hard time get back to work. And communications. How can one quickly acquire some skill set when you go into work? You can straight away tell your boss, this is the way I basically do during the MCO. I already have learned and prepared, and we can start now. So start communicating with your boss, regardless in WhatsApp, calls, emails, even your clients. Start communicating. For those who has been watching Netflix in the past 1 month in Malaysia, you should start doing something. Connecting, engaging is very important. Tell them you took 1 month, now you have these skills. What is your skills? This is the plan. Tell them and suggest to your boss. Ask your boss. Throw the question to your boss. This is what I can do now. So what do you think? Guess your boss will have a different idea on you. And talking about L, learning. When we used to have meeting face to face, but now it's out of questions. The present social media and online platform are stronger than ever. You see, in this entire 1 whole month, you know how many eyeballs on social media. When we talk about social media, it's not about Facebook only, but you can be Instagram, you plus in YouTube, you have other social media, you have other learning platforms, even webinars. Zoom is also a social media, and in this sense. And all we can do is this time have to do log on to your account, set up a meeting, hang out digitally. You can log into group classes, invest your time into learning new skills such as online sales, online marketing, online presentations. That will be great. And those three key focus are very important, these three figures, and there are plenty of opportunity for you to connect people as well. I'm a Toastmaster. I'm been connecting because due to the lockdown, we can't have the face-to-face meeting. But guess what? Now we are doing a lot of online Zoom meeting. And with this Zoom meeting, not only I can attend the meeting in Malaysia, I can even attend the meeting in overseas. And later today, I'm going to Australia, Sydney. Last week, I was in Hong Kong, Xiamen, Zhejiang. I've been visiting many countries just by attending the meeting. And know what? By attending, you're able to connect to people. Maybe you have chance, you have opportunity in overseas. You never know. Oh, right. So we come to the last slides. Okay, I will end my presentation with this quote. Nobody can go back and start new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending. MCO already happened. This pandemic, COVID-19 already happened. We cannot change. But what we can change ourselves, we can improve ourselves by doing now that makes the ending difference. Life is about making decisions. Tough decision has to be made every day. Survivor is something every day fight for it, and it might not be easier pill to swallow. We are in tough times and we need to survive. How are we going to do this? You could stay at home and take things easy, watching TVs, or you could sacrifice your free time and work hard to reap the benefit later. The MCO will leave. It is not forever. What you do now, how you think now, will affect you later. Basically, strategy you need to put in, strategy you need to remove your competitors. You have to think. Yes, it is. If you don't want to be the one that picked by the HR, you have to become indispensable. Make it you are the only person you can do, and nobody can do it. If you are the only person can do it and no one can do it, you become indispensable. The company will keep you. So what you're going to do now, start to think, start to learn, start to have positive mindset, and start to change. Or combat the humanology. And now we come into the sessions of ask questions. Do you have any questions here? Let me screen. Any questions? Any questions?
You may on your mind for if you have any question you would like to ask. So while you're presenting, what is called I had a bit of laugh just now because of what you have mentioned is actually what I'm applying because I'm doing one experiment actually from what is called the concept of volunteers actually. And what you mentioned just now is exactly the hypothesis that was given by my bosses. So that to test who are the volunteer, who do not be the volunteer, we should help the volunteer first. So we should keep those proactive. Then the attitudes tell the most. So there is something very interesting. So I'm waiting for the question. If you have more any question or any discussion, please on your mind.
Yeah, I'm here to answer questions. Right. I have a question.
Hi,
Wow.
this is Azlin.
Wow.
Hi, this is Azlin. I don't
Winnie,
have a
please answer.
question,
I
but
try
I
not to
want.
answer.
Hi, this is Azlin. I don't have a question, but I just would like to tell you that your presentation is very good. I really enjoy what you have shared, and I hope we can start applying what you have just shared with all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is a boosting for me. Thank you so much. I hope I have given, I share this information and this information able to help you and start doing something is the most important.
Yes, and I also would like to share with you. Every
Yeah.
morning, myself and my classmate, we are 33 years of friendship. We do Zoom workout every morning at
Really?
7 a.m.
Wow.
all over the country. All over the country, we have
Wow.
doctors, we've got auditors, we've got everything. So it's just a session. Sometimes we share our recipe. We complain about our husband, complain about children. MCO period very stressful, but our Zoom workout keep us a Zoom workout in the morning 7 to 8 keep all of us going. So what you have suggested, I'm implementing it. Yeah. Thank you.
Good.
Bye bye.
I suggest you one thing is that how about you record the entire Zoom workout and you can actually put it into YouTube and you can go viral with this.
Really?
You will never know that you're able to meet 1 million viewer. You get 1,000 US dollars. Start doing now.
Just for your information, one of the skill that I learned during this MCO, I don't think when I tell a few of my friends that are those high level Tan Sri, Dato Sri, they say, "Are you sure?" I learned how to use TikTok, and it was so funny. Until now, I still couldn't do a good video. Okay, I try with my cats, I try with my pets, so I fail. Okay, so but I would never give up. I hope one day I will able to do the video that they're so creative, and it really activate my both my left brain and also my right brain. And also I would like to thank Miss Winnie. Even though for other session I do not talk much, for this one I need to talk something, because what your presentation, I believe that there are some of them from CBMRA and Humanology. Please follow what Miss Winnie has said. And also for and I believe that for today there are a few of the government sector that enter this stage. Remember that do not think of, oh, I'm a government, I work in the government, I will not got retrenched. Okay, but you will forever stay in 41 or forever stay in 44. Nowadays, they don't talk about seniority some more. They start to look into the performance as well.
Yes, exactly. It's all on performance based. It's no longer seniority, and even how loyal you are, no. So it's a matter of, are you able to generate enough of cash for the company?
Exactly.
Okay, Winnie,
We talk about survival.
there are some
Yes,
questions
yes.
in the
Oh
chat.
yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Yep. The
Okay.
first question is, what are your thoughts on hotel or hospitality line post MCO?
Post MCO. Okay, this is a good question here, because I'm also in one of the hotel line group chat. Basically now they have to get a clear informations from the governments on how the social distance, how the hygiene things got to work. And now they basically most of the hotelers are working into what you're going to do after the MCO. Definitely a lot of people don't manage to sustain their job in hotel, because hotel is no longer tourists won't come at this moment, but somehow you still have to maintain it and sustain it during these difficult periods. Some of the hotels are suggesting that they actually partial close some of the venue. Some of the venue, like gym, is 100% not going to use at this moment. So
Uh,
this is what I received from the hotels.
can I add some of the information that one of the news in China today? Usually each month, May would be the peak period for those from China to visit Hong Kong. But the news came up this morning in one of the newspaper in China and also Hong Kong. They said that their sales dropped up to 95%. 95% drop means that only left 5%. And in the beginning, I've mentioned this now. After unlock, we will not know the policy in the respective countries. For example, like Malaysia, they will implement 14 days of the quarantine. Please imagine that I want to travel to one country, so I have to expect to be quarantined for 14 days. Would you travel? And not only that, for recently I had a meeting with one of the tourism industry, a big boy, okay, a big boy of the that I could say that they can represent at least 50% of the market share of the tourism in the area of tourism. According to them, they also do not know, even though internal transport, internal traveling, they do not have confidence toward it. So because of that, they start to diversify themselves into a new business venture. It's totally new business venture, as well as what Winnie had mentioned, which is diversify themselves to look into the new way of doing business. So this is one of the area. Similarly, I think the last few weeks that I mentioned, last week I mentioned. So Humanology also developing the online platform of the what is that called, for the HR consultancy. So from there, so it is totally new platform that it could be. So that's what we're trying to say is that, so the new platform is uncertainty. We would not be able to know how is a new platform would be. So because of this, so it would be quite challenging, and nobody actually would be able to identify what is the direction it would be.
Okay, thank you, Dato. Okay, next question is, hi Winnie. This is from Jiga. Jiga, is it? Did I pronounce your name right? Hopefully. Hi Winnie, my question is, what we can do to change our mindset to be proactive? Okay, when these questions comes to me, you ask yourself, if you don't take proactive action, you want things happen to you, or you want to initiate things. Okay, this I put it in a way, because I don't want things that happen to me and I don't like it, so I have to cultivate myself to be proactive, to take action to change things. Because when things change to you, you might not like it, but what you initiate things to change, that is different. So if you're able to cultivate this mindset, then you will see things in the differently. Right? I hope I have answered your questions. And okay, Rizwan here. Since we do not know who going to be fired, are you suggesting instead of staying inside the company, we also need to find new opportunity? Definitely, you got to find your opportunity. You will never know, maybe at this time you learn new skills and someone headhunter you. Would it be great? So, and I also suggested during this time to be avoiding being fired. How about you cultivate new skills, not only for yourself, for the company? You have to think of the company first, how to solve the company problems. You are able to do so, and if the company able to move on this MCO, the future of promotion is definitely going to be you. The company will value you so much. Yeah. Okay, I hope I've answered Rizwan's questions here. How about next one? Okay, thank you, BC, thank you, BB, thank you, Shamini, thank you, Aiza, thank you, Donna, thank you, Maggie, Aswan. Okay, thank you, Muhammad Arfin. Okay, next of the questions here. From Normaya Abdullah, this webinar training is interesting. Good and easy understand presented. Thank you for the key points of who we are and use. Okay, these are more not the questions, but more the compliments. Thank you so much, Normaya.
Thank you so much. I think that a lot of companies is going to, just now I think is the chit chat session. I think a lot of companies will start implementing salary cut as well. So if you have a certain skill, so you can do some of the part time to cover back your salary that's being cut. So there's as an entrepreneur, you also have to think of that. So you have to recover something that if the company cut salary, you have to accept it, or else they will retrench you. So think twice before you do any decision, because the market is not as inviting as you think of. If you lost your job during this period of time, so it would be very, very difficult.
I would suggest one thing. You see, now because this COVID-19 can't have the person to person's connections. If you can't sell the service in tradition, you are selling a service. Why not you turn the service into the product? Yeah. Start selling product online. Okay, get the product that what the market wants now. Start doing it. It could help you to a way turning point. Like the traditional travel company, the travel company will not going to be better in the next 6 to 1 year. Even people dare to travel, would you dare to take up the tour? and we still have to practice social distancing. Like a coach, you have 44
Not
seater.
only that,
Maybe
not only in travel, let's talk about airline itself. So how are you going to plan your seat? Okay, with social distance, how do they plan the seats, and how the airline is going to run the economic skill of it? So it's a big question, and I don't think anybody knows the answer yet, because they are still doing a study on the arrangement and also the SOP on the social distancing and the others.
And very smart Air Asia, they launched the 499 pay now and visit later. they managed to secure a bunch of cash.
So
That's a very strategy, yeah.
there is a risk, there is opportunity. So it depends whether you focus on the risk or you focus on the opportunity. So if you focus keep on the risk, then you over focus on it, then by the end of it, you die together with the risk. But if you're able to tune the risk to the opportunity, that are the things that you should look into. But remember, I hope if there is any business owner over here, always remember that. So if you focus on the opportunity, think out of the box, then after that, don't get panic when you want to do decision, because a lot of people undergo panic attack now. Panic attack doesn't mean that panic in terms of the really panic, which is they will simply run to any of the things they want to do. For example, they thought of, okay, I must have this product. I want to convert my soup to be a commercial organic soup. Then they invest. If this economy, they never done any market research, they never done any experimental, so they straight away go to the market and make it and start it. By the end of it, they siok sendiri. So proper planning, it is needed. So that's why if it's not confident, please make sure go low down to the earth. Just be clear towards what's your direction. I think there's one question, right? Okay, I'll leave it to Miss Winnie to answer. Is it?
Yeah. Would it be best choice to enhance, sharpen our skill, or change to another field during this hour? Some people may not be able to adapt to this change, thus make the decisions to quit the job. I think now I would advise that to sharpen your skill is very important if you have the existing skills, and the skill must be in line with what the current situation. So if you are if you have the skill that you are able to do sharing, you are in training line, then convert this skill into online training. That will be good. All right. So
I give an example. I have so many examples out there. Okay, for example, as you know that AirAsia have their online store now, and you in a very short while you might see some of the new product they are focusing, because their strength is on the transportation logistic, you see. So they've never get out of it, but they just do a product differentiations to focus on the new platform for it. So, but they are still remaining at their own strength, which is on the airline. Then after that, the transportations. But they will never get up from their core business. Just only diversify so that they are able to use their strength to generate the other, to tap on with the new market, dilute the current market share, go to the to broaden the market share.
Okay, and continue with Phaedrus. In this hour, which one be better, get or stay employed with a company or be self-employed? I wouldn't advise you to be self-employed unless you are able to self-sustain for the next 6 months without salary. Because if you are self-employed, you must be able to tolerate with these current situations. And I would really suggest you, how about you become a solo entrepreneur? You work for your company at the same time, you also have a side gig job. Wouldn't you think that's great? This is the best time. Then you can test your market.
Totally correct. I would never, 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 never advise anybody quit your job immediately now and start your own. So this is high risk, high investment. Okay, so it's very dangerous. So if you want to know more, maybe Mr. Fridaus, you can private message me, and also you can leave your number with me. Then I will give you a call to advise you accordingly.
Yeah. Thank you, Jefflyn. Yeah, thank you. A lot of thank you. Oh, thank you, Idar. Thank you. I hope today's sharing has give you some tips on how to move forward for the next 1 month. Okay. You should be doing something by now. Okay. Preferably start thinking today. All
Hello,
right.
Miss Winnie.
No message then.
Hello, Miss
Any question
Winnie.
more?
Hello, Miss Winnie.
Yes.
Aslan here from Kuching. This one, I love to hear this one, your term seniority versus performance. All right. Okay. This one I'm agree. I'm agree. Probably it happened to already to anybody to any companies. Just that we need to shut down any bee sound or mosquito sound. You know what I mean? Bee sound. Okay. And then you want us to shut it down firmly and professionally without leaving any scars. So we don't want people to think this due to favorism. Know what I mean? When we put promotion, okay, when we do the promotion, nowadays we say not only because of seniority, we will say for this performance or qualification, right? Okay, now when we do the promotion, we take somebody that due to their performance is very well. Okay, we promote that, and then we keep aside those people the seniority one. So it might be we might leave some sound from them some complaint. That's what I call bees sound or mosquito sound. Okay, and then please do make a comment because we don't want people to think that this due to favorism, for any promotion. How to tackle this one? Because we don't want people to think that this due to favorism. That's why that's why my boss promote you since that you are quite close to him and you like to chit chat with him. And then anything lah. So that's why we need to some of your comment how to tackle this thing. Thank you.
Okay. I have a questions for you.
All right.
Do you think that what other people say to you is important, or you have done your job?
No, sometimes it's not really important, but they can I mean what I mean is they can how to put it in words. Mempengaruhi people,
I can understand your feeling.
I always
Mr.
think that if you are so good, because you have the most important is performance. If you can't perform, no matter how your boss promote you, regardless. Okay, now it's very clear. It's performance based. You must show some result, then only the boss will promote you. You have achieved something. It's not like you talk nice to your boss and the boss promote you, right? So if your performance is so good, when a performer, it bound to have some haters. Right?
That's what one to avoid. That's the one that want to avoid. We don't want people think that because that you are very close to your boss, because they don't know what is our performance actually, what is our achievement already. I can't hear you. Hello. Winnie, you unmute please.
Let me help.
Hello. I can't get.
I think I can help to answer on this question. This is
All right.
Dr. Liao. Okay,
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
Asnan, you have to always
yes.
understand the point. Yeah, the point number one is it is impossible to place anybody in this world.
Correct.
First point number one.
Yeah.
Point number two, they have to understand. I give you one scenario. You call two person to two employee. You say, can you please check for me how many stock that we have to two employee? One employee will go to check, and then after they come back, we left only 5. Another employee will go and check and also come back to you. We left 5. From from our SOP, we have to reorder. I already reordered for you just now. Can you see the differences? Same question, both also go to check, both also come back with that number, but one we talk about the proactive to problem solving. But when another person do all these things, it's not seen by other people. And also in people, there are some human attitudes is known as the always wrong, Mr. Always Right and Mr. Always Wrong. Meaning that, so in this world, whatever we do, you still would have somebody do not like you. For example, if you wear a red color tie, they will say your red color tie is so CC. If you wear a blue color tie, they will say blue color is bad, because they already perceive you in their brain. You see, perception is one of the key that will influence the person. Because why? The one that evaluate is the one that evaluate whether you are able to do problem solving. But the people around them, they use perception. They do not look at the real statistic for it. So because of that, so what is the methodology for you to avoid this kind of mosquito sounds or bursts that happen out there? Number one, make it transparent. Number two, make sure get the acknowledgement in a formal way. Number three, communication. Number four, you yourself have to understand in this world, there are a lot smiling beauty hidden beasts. Okay, so they can speak very well in front of you, and also at the back they can do wonders. Okay, this is a very normal among human beings. Always accept that you would not be able to please everybody. That's why in one of my book is written as Nash or Fudge. Over that, inside that book, I come up, I identify what are the interesting behavior of human being. Not only that, I've done a research among the what is that called, the private and also public sector. I can come up with a book that 1001 way is to kill your bosses. It depends how you perceive it, how you overcome it. So if you want to kill your bosses, it's so easy. Even though, let's say in government sector, if you're just only 44 or 48 in the government sector, you can kill your boss easily. It's how you're going to manage it.
Dato.
I hope I answer your question.
Yes, thank you. Dato, would you mind email to me the list of your books?
Yeah, sure. So our private message you also. So
Okay,
so that I will send you the e-complimentary version of one of my book. Okay, because you asked question, you are very, very interesting.
Thank you.
Can you please
Winnie, Dr. Liao,
Yes?
this is Asma.
Yeah.
Winnie, I really enjoyed your presentation, and I think you have a lot of materials that will be very useful to everybody. Now, my question is on the chart that you shared on mindset. I think in the triangular figure, you had something on a flat organization that relates to work. Now, knowing the Malaysian organizational setup, which tends to be hierarchical, what is your advice on the bosses? Because Dr. Liao was talking about bosses just now. Advice to bosses and advice to employees. How can you create a space where hierarchy is important, but still you can function effectively, because you are going to move from a workspace that is less less hierarchical, and you probably have to allow subordinates to take charge.
Winnie, we couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. I'm not sure about others.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. Now, after the MCO, a lot of things will be changed. If you have attended the last training session by Mr. Jeremy, it already mentions the organization is no longer the previous organization. Somehow, the company will have a drastic change here. So at this moment, because you have not start going back to the office, so you don't know what is going to change. Things are going to be changed. It's no longer going to be hierarchy. But at this time, the employer have to start to empower employee, have to empower, have to create trust. Because this time, when everyone's working from home, you don't have your 2 eye to monitor your employee. How you monitor is first by replying messages on the meeting. And one day you might have a few times meetings. Things going to be different. Probably in the next few months, a lot of company will not have an office space where everyone start to work at home. So the hierarchy become flatter. That is how what we transform from a huge hierarchy to a flatter organizations. But in this sense, what we need to give all your employees the empower and trust from the employer perspective. And from the employee perspective, is also the same thing. And you need to communicate. You need to let what your boss know what you are doing. You have to gain the trust from your employer. That is the most important things.
I would like to
So
add a little bit. I would like to add a little bit that from my experience with our current recently, and even though for the typical government sector, it's no longer like last time the bureaucracy, because everything when talk about e-platform, I would say that okay, it become automatic, transparent, and with the not only that, the whole bureaucracy, if you look at because currently I'm involved in a lot of different departments. Previously, some of the very autocratic and also very structured organization with high bureaucracy, I was certain during this lockdown, the way how they thought like, oh my God, what happened? I thought this, and it's totally changed until I couldn't believe. With the use of technology, it's no longer waiting for the instruction for one boss. It could be a few boss coming in. So each boss will interact. The staff will see they are quarreling and the others. It's become so transparent, and also it's something that is not something is abnormal. And also the research of the bureaucracy was done by the Price Waterhouse in their reports. Price Waterhouse, they come up with the reports last 2 weeks. The report soon as preparing for tomorrow workforce for today, insight for the global business owner. So for these reports, right, it's very interesting to talk about how the so-called traditional organization chart need to be changed, and also for the e-platform and the situation of work from home. I was like, wow, it's really opened up my mind. It means that the old textbook that I have in marketing, the old textbook in HR, the whole textbook most of the old textbook, they can say with this COVID, it really, I can start looking for a place where I can burn my book because it's no longer applicable.
Mm.
Okay, so now it's too interesting. That's why we drag until 12 o'clock. I'd like to apologize. So I think that we stop in 1 minute times. Anybody still have any question? So please ask your question for the last question. Some of you, I already private message some of you that reply for my contact and others. Yeah, so please check your message also. Some of them they request me to share my number. For my principle, very simple. All the WhatsApp guarantee I will reply. If I don't reply, means I miss your WhatsApp already. So give me a missed call so that I will see, because I in my phone I have more than 200 groups. So that's why sometimes I might miss the WhatsApp. Please forgive me for that.
Okay, if there's no further question, then we'll end the session today. So stay tuned with our next webinar tomorrow. And please follow our Facebook, follow CBRM's Facebook, check out the
Most
Telegram
important,
group.
follow our Telegram. From time to time, we will send more information over there. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Vincent.
bye-bye.
Thank you, Dato. Thank you, Humanology. Thank you, CBRMA.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.